My name is Chris. I'm a boxer, and I have a left hook nose. It's mushed. There's no cartilage left, and it's very, very tough to breathe. In my 33 years of boxing, I've broken my nose approximately 22 times. I had 3 surgeries to fix it, but as my boxing progressed and as my nose got broken more, it just got worse and worse over the years. There was no breathing. I had no breathing because I had no nose. My nose was flat. I lost a lot of belief in myself as far as how I looked. And then at the age of 38, I met someone very special to me, and I wanted to get married. So I wanted my nose to look good, and I find a double board certified rhinoplasty specialist. And after 2 different surgeries, my nose looked like a pancake. And then during that time, a friend of my wife's had said, "How could you be with a guy with a nose that looks like that?" I was absolutely devastated, and that really, really hurt. I thought if I couldn't fix my nose, the only thing I have are these, and I buried myself into boxing. I forgot that I was a husband. I destroyed my marriage. That's why I'm gonna go see Dr. Nassif and Dr. Dubrow.
Right.
And get their opinion.
You hesitant to do it?
I'm nervous, man.
And I know how much this has affected you. After the last surgery, you changed. The quality of your life has diminished a lot.
In 2018, I decided to end my career as a professional boxer. So it's time that I fix my nose for good. That's...
What do we have next?
We have Chris.
Who's Chris?
He's a boxer, a lot of trauma to his nose.
Whoa, so that's a boxer's nose.
Yeah. Just tip doesn't have that a
No
lot of
tip support at all.
At all. His eyebrows are perfect.
His eyebrows are on fleek. No, they don't say that. You ever heard the fleek?
I don't know. Okay, so the bottom line is...
What do you do? Do you get up? Do you get up and just go to work?
No, but listen. No, I put on the news in the bathroom, do my teeth, TV on, it's right there above, shower, come out, get in the car, a little bit more news, and then I come to work and I'm done for the day.
By the way, I just want to thank you because I just, in that moment, even though my eyes were awake,
you took a nap.
I totally got a nap in.
Can you please send it, Christopher?
How are you?
Seeing Chris after his last surgery was very hard. He puts on a strong act for everybody else. He doesn't want to show everybody how much pain he's in, but I know. I hope Dr. Nassif and Dr. Dubrow can help him. I'm keeping my fingers crossed, and I want to see Chris happy again.
Give us your story.
I grew up in Brooklyn, New York, and my father started watching boxing on TV when I was 8 years old, and I got into it. And I was 15. I started training with a professional cut man, and he took me to the New York Golden Gloves in 1988. And I lost. After that fight, I went into the dressing room with my father, and I promised him that I would one day win the Golden Gloves for him. He passed away 8 months after the fight, and I won it last year by knockout.
Really?
So you're boxing currently?
How old are you?
I just retired. I'm 47 now.
So you won and then retired?
I won and I retired.
You retired on top.
It was my goal. My father was my best friend. I wanted to make him proud. I wanted to fulfill that promise to him. And I finally won this ring for my father. That was the greatest moment of my life.
Okay, so going back, you're a kid, you lose, and then what's happening in your life?
And I was about 19 years old, and I got my nose broken sparring.
Okay.
And I left it like that for a few years. At 22 and a half, I had my nose fixed. I had a septoplasty, I believe, when my breathing was bad.
While you were still boxing?
Yes.
Having nasal surgery while you're an active boxer is like having breast surgery, a lift, right before you have kids. What's the point?
After my first surgery, I was sparring and I got hit with a left hook. The whole nose went completely over.
Yeah.
I had 2 surgeries to fix my nose, but my nose was still very, very crooked. It was pushed all the way to the left.
Then what?
It was around 2011. I found this doctor in Manhattan, and he told me that he was going to use cartilage for my ears, and he was going to use alloderm in the nose also.
Cadaver skin.
Cadaver skin.
So then what happened?
So about a week later, I went to bed, I woke up, my nose was starting to swell up. So my doctor brought me in, he said, "Wow, that's really swollen."
Was there a copay with that? Chris's plastic surgeon may not have had the greatest technical skills, but his powers of observation were incredible.
I started developing a red spot, and then all the alloderm started to leak out, and it was green pus coming out. For my 5th procedure, he decided to go back in 30 days after
And take out all the ellader.
Yes, and all the ear cartilage.
Really? So that infection ate everything inside your nose.
Yes. That was my last surgery, and my personal life got very hard. It was hard. I had a marriage, and that unfortunately didn't work, and it was because I just couldn't be myself. My personality completely changed. I just buried myself in boxing.
I had to beg the guy to come out of the house, you know, with the negative self-image that he has. He's reluctant to go out. You shouldn't have a hesitation to go out with people who care about you, you know, but that's just what it is with him.
I want to have a normal life.
So your lifestyle has really been inhibited by this. What are your goals?
My breathing, of course, is horrible, and I have nothing left here. Maybe give it a little bit more structure to it, and my tip is so bulbous.
So you think it's very big?
Yes.
Okay. Now I want to examine your nose, because I don't know if I could achieve some of your goals. So take a look. Actually, there's no septum here. Yeah, he needs a complete septal reconstruction.
Can you tell how high the septum goes?
Yeah, it's low. I want you to hold this for me. Breathe in and out normally. Wait for it, wait for it. Now do it. Any better?
Yes.
Okay. So the inside of your nose, the septum which adds support for the left and the right side is pretty much gone. The tip ptosis, no projection, is also inhibiting the air going in. Now, your tip isn't that big. You said my tip is bulbous. You said you want to have your nose made smaller. That doesn't work with me. If there was a gigantic piece of a bulbous tip with cartilage, different story. Now, could I support your nose, push it out, make you breathe better? Yes. Now, for me to do this, I'd have to add rib to your nose. I have to do an open rhinoplasty, and there's always the risk of complete tissue necrosis. Can you handle that?
Yes, I can.
Do you want it?
Yes, I do.
Let's do it.
Are you a little bummed that from here forward you won't be able to box with him anymore?
A little bit.
Punch him in the face?
I want to do one more, just for good old time's sake, you know?
My boxer brother, how come your eyebrows are so perfect?
I got a good eye. I got a good threader.
You know, for a tough, crazy guy like you, you're kind of metro.
I am. I take good care of myself.
Yeah,
I do.
you do.
Yeah.
I mean, everything is like perfect. Yeah. Okay, good. We are ready to have fun. For Chris's surgery, we're going to harvest ribs so I can create a new tip for Chris's nose. Then I'm going to make an incision on his columella and raise the skin so I can find his septum and perform a revisional septoplasty to open up his airways. Finally, I'm going to take the harvested rib cartilage and build multiple grafts to elevate his dorsum, open his nostrils, and give his nasal tip projection.
Looks good.
Now, his nose is firm, a lot straighter, his airway is open more. Overall, Chris should have a date by next week.
How are you?
Bro.
Good to see you.
How are you, Doc?
How you doing, buddy?
Good. The comparisons for all my previous surgeries and this surgery is literally night and day. I'm ecstatic that Dr. Nassif was my surgeon. I've never been so grateful to him.
Okay, let me just take a look. Put your head back for me. Okay, so the number one thing I'm looking at right now is your skin health.
It's good.
And it looks good. In regards to your nose, I felt like I actually went a few rounds.
Wow.
That's how tough it was for me to get inside. So your skin was stuck everywhere. I mean, you know, your nose was pretty messed up from all that trauma and surgery. So now with everything, the biggest thing for you is recovering. And more importantly, goal with him is get his life back to normal.
Yeah.
So he can get a social life.
I'm more concerned about this lifestyle.
Well, we discussed that.
We discussed
I told him because with that big piece of cartilage here, if he gets hit, you know, one hit,
Boom.
that's gonna fracture and your nose will be ruined.
We call that the right move.
The right move.
The bottom line is, Chris, you better be done with boxing. Otherwise, I'm gonna have Casey kick your butt as long as he doesn't touch your nose. By the way, you also have perfect eyebrows.
Both these guys are kind of out of central casting, aren't they? For like good-looking New York tough guys, right?
Pleasure.
Great.
All right, so we'll
Awesome.
see you next week. And thank you, guys.
Thank you.
Thanks, and I hope that this comes out perfect.
He's gonna
for
go
you.
pluck his eyebrows.
I'm
We'll
gonna
be
go
right
do
back.
that.
How you doing, man? Newlyweds.
I know. It was like pulling teeth to get Chris out to that wedding. I can't believe he's coming out to the bar tonight.
I know, it's
Yeah,
so exciting to see him.
On a scale of 1 to 10, I love my new nose at 10. My confidence is so much better. I'm able to just to be myself. I would say I've been waiting to feel like this for 20 years.
You know, I don't know how self-conscious he was on his nose.
Remember when I had my friend over, took her to box with us?
Oh, right, yeah.
And Chris was there. He wouldn't even shake her hand. He got so embarrassed to even introduce himself.
Today would be the first day of the rest of my life. It was impossible to get me out before my surgery. My friends would ask me to, let's go out for a pint, let's go have dinner. I would tell them, sure, no problem, and I would always make an excuse why I couldn't go. But now, I can't wait to show my friends my new look. Hey, everyone.
Oh, look at him, man. Oh my gosh, you look great. What a smile.
Feels like a completely different person.
Yeah, I feel like a different person. It's been like a whole different change for me. I can't believe it sometimes.
Chris's nose was flat, crooked, everything you can imagine. He had a boxer's nose. Now Chris's nose looks great. Chris better not his nose again because it's perfect now.
You remember, I could press it all the way into my face.
Sure.
No, your nose was indestructible before.
I can't push on my nose anymore. I can't make it collapse. I can't even move it. It has structure to it.
How's your breathing now since the surgery?
Breathing's great.
So you're back, you're here, you're out with us.
Yeah.
What's next?
Yeah, I just want to socialize again. I don't have that ball in my stomach I used to have all the time because it's off, it's gone. Before, I was like the cat that hid behind the couch when company came over. Now I'm out and I want to meet people and I want to talk and I want to socialize. And that's the way I'm going to continue to live my life. And I love it. Thank you for having patience with me. Dr. Nassif's just an amazing man.
To Dr. Nassif.
Hey, cheers. Before my surgery, I had a rubber nose. I had trouble breathing, and I was self-conscious about going out with my friends. But now, thanks to Dr. Nassif, my nose is both sculpted and supported, and it no longer flattens when I push on it. But really, to be able to breathe, oh man, breathing is probably the best part of it. Dr. Nassif, you complete me.